how my Oddity series is doing. Geez, it has been a while since I made a video series like this. And well, we're coming back to this anyways, and well, this is going to be a very interesting ride, and hope you all enjoy. Some digger for the Hot Wheels Mosh Jam line from back in the 2010s. Well, the truck started off with an edge glow roll cage, and then later on in 2017, we got in like actual normal roll cage. It's very interesting to know how long this truck dealt with being the edge glow for a while, and it's extremely interesting. And speaking of edge glows, discussed this on one of my monster truck diecast icebergs, and well, there was two edge glow full bores from back in the 2010s as well. The orange one very common, and there is a blue one that is rare, and I heard it came out of the superstore as well. And it's very interesting to know that there's like two edge glow variants of full bore that existed, and it's very interesting to know about this truck existing. Well, let's talk about Skosaurus. Way back when the series first started, this truck had an Oddity with it because of what's inside the truck. But this year there's a lot of very interesting stuff. Well, the glow-in-the-dark version actually has normal tires, but the truck has bone tires, and also the Power Smasher has bone tires. And also the Big Rigs version has normal tires. It's going to be very interesting to see what's more going to come in the future with this. Well, we're going to be talking about a truck that somewhat is mixed amongst the public, but according to the Diecast is very well paid for this year. And well, clearly I don't want to get like a rant type video going on, so I'm going to discuss this professionally, okay? Good old Bailey Circuit, one of the most hated diecast trucks out this year, but clearly a very interesting thing that happened in like the World Finals, and Corey, one of the announcers said this truck was limited edition, but Corey, it wasn't. But that's not the point. The casting is the Mohawk Warrior casting, crazy to believe. Corey, the truck never even was made, but they decided to use a Mohawk Warrior casting, and it's at least a very interesting but weird result, in my opinion. And yeah, the Mohawk Warrior jet body is very weird, but thank goodness next year we're going to get it in the actual body that's actually competing in. The actual looks 10 times more better than the abomination that we got, but yeah, it's a very interesting truck out this year. Very interesting. Our truck with a very interesting diecast history with it recently. Well, it's Thunderosaurus, and clearly it's very interesting knowing about when the diecast first came out. Coronova came out in a playset, and then afterwards we got with a silver chassis when it was last year. But this year they decided to de-exclusivize the truck, and even weirder this year, the discount version is 10 times more accurate, but minus the logo on it. And even more interesting out of this for next year, the Smash and Crash version, Bash version, actually is going to add the logo. It's very crazy to believe. The history of Thunderwars so far, this truck has a very interesting history with it merchandise already. The Gold Maxi from Series 34, and this is a very interesting truck. Well, it does not even use the right body design, meant to say. It uses the old Maxi design, but imagine if it had them piss filters from video games from back when. And well, yeah, this is very weird, and according to they didn't even use the right paint job, they didn't use the right logo, they didn't even, this is a very interesting anomaly. That guy 5000, and Corey, he did make a beauty post on this entry, and yeah, this is going to be a very chic one for me to discuss. And well, back in the 2010s, we got a Spectral Flame Stone Crusher with blue rims, but the actual truck has red B-Lock rims. But later on, we actually got a truck with red B-Lock rims, and it's very weird. The red one, the one with the red spectral flame rims are more accurate, but the truck does not even have blue rims. Now let's talk about by far one of the most weirdest, and I completely forgot this in the Diecast iceberg, and where I almost glossed over this one accidentally. Well, the Western Renegade 124 scale is use the SUV buy, where I think Mattel did not have budget to invert the Hummer buy onto it, but it's very interesting to know that that 124 scale exists, but the 164 scale is 10 times more accurate. And Corey, yeah, this is a very interesting anomaly, and I completely forgot about this in my diecast iceberg, and it's very interesting to mention this for the first time. This is going to be a very interesting entry because we're not going to be talking about the trucks. We're talking about the things that contain them. And well, we're talking about cardboard for the first time. And those cars with the most longest cardboard in terms of width is the Smash Bash trucks recently because yeah, they're quite big. And Quarry is very interesting to know about this. Also, the WWE monster trucks also do add the most longest in terms of height. And Quarry, we're going to be talking about Order 1 as well too. Quarry, and well, the old Mosh Jam diecast from the packaging from the 2000s, sorry if I started there, is far the tallest list as well. I really didn't expect in my finest days we're going to be talking about cardboard in a shell, so here we are. Truck is the tallest, and well, it's Dragonizer. It's crazy to believe that Dragonizer is the most tallest. Out of all, okay, there's the image. Sorry, dealing with software problems in the making of this already. But yeah, Dragonizer is the tallest. And I checked with Bigfoot, and yep, it is the tallest. And it's quite crazy to think that this truck is the most tallest. Rims, interestingly enough, because you could actually see the axles if you have the trucks with the actual clear rims. Yeah, you could actually see the what connects the parts to the truck, and also it's very interesting seeing the roll cage and stuff. So it's very cool seeing these trucks when you just see them up close and personal. And I think it's a very cool, interesting detail that not many people talk about with these trucks sometimes. So, and yeah, that's all I have to say. Anniversary gold radiator out of the Mushroom Garage. This thing just looks utterly bizarre. I know it's 40th Radiator's 40th anniversary with this set, but I have for today. I'm completely sorry if any of the video is glitchy and stuff. And yeah, I'm dealing with software problems, and I finally got this video done. And hope you all have a great night. And Corey, next week is going to be my birthday, so that's going to be fun. And please make sure you like and subscribe. And this has been Black Bike 94, and hope you all have a great night.